In this video, we are following the team of MindSeed into the supposedly haunted Wildwood Sanatorium, which is home to many ghost stories. The property owner is telling the team that many people see shadow figures in there, and that others are getting touched by those entities. Shortly after their arrival, they start the investigation after conducting a few interviews. They scout out the whole sanatorium, and it seems that the basement was the first area where something interesting was captured.
See what's going on with this. Whoa, you hear that?
What?
Whoa, you hear that?
What?
Whoa, you hear that?
What?
You could probably hear it on your audio. Certainly
Creepy. They make it back upstairs and take a look into the many former patients' rooms.
Like it. You leave here with all sorts.
What the?
As I spin my flashlight, I see that there's like a plastic ball falling down a staircase in the room that's adjacent to us.
What the? The team believes that this might have been thrown by one of the younger spirits that is still residing in this old building. A wind breeze? Unlikely.
We have placed 4 static cameras throughout the house in just random various locations. Most of them we didn't see anything interesting on, but one of them, the one that we had aimed at the stairwell where the ball had initially fallen down, it captured some pretty interesting things.
And then, one of the static CCTV cameras can capture this sinister face peeking out of the darkness. Could this be a former patient? Maybe something more evil that is still existing in the depths of the basement? Whatever the answer, it's very nightmarish, and it's worth watching the rest of this investigation for sure. The next video was recorded in Santiago, Chile, in the year 2012. It was recorded by a father who was filming a group of children singing for the local church choir. He wanted to record the memories on his cell phone. He stated that he was absolutely sure that nobody else was with him in his seat row at that time. His camera, however, recorded something really interesting. Transparent person is walking in front of the camera. Very odd indeed. The man showed the footage to the priest after, who believed this to be an angel perhaps, who was visiting that day. Could this be? Guess we will never know for sure. Let's look into the haunting of Marvin Caguas. Marvin writes on his channel that his house has had a lot of paranormal activity occurring, but it never appeared to him to film until recently. In this first video, he wrote that one of his niece's toys turns on by itself, so he decided to pull out his camera and head downstairs. Let's take a look.
Alvin. Funny anymore, man.
this video we see the child's toy that is seemingly activated by the spirit. This prompts Marvin to check all around his house.
Alvin.
Everything seems calm around the house, but take a look when he re-enters the dining room.
What the fuck?
He notices that the chandelier is swinging, although nobody was in the room. Understandably, this scares the man, who runs off, and that is where the video cuts off. The next video that Marvin took in his home is even freakier. Marvin wrote, "I was showing the night vision on the Xbox One. When I later watched the video, I realized a figure and what appears to be a mist of some sort on the upper right portion of the screen. While I was filming, I did not notice it."
So right now it's completely dark in this house right now. All you can basically see is my Xbox One controller. Now I'm gonna switch on the night vision for you guys. As you can see, it lights up the whole room. It's actually a pretty cool feature. I don't know if they have an app for this or whatnot, but they also have this version of the camera. I don't know what it is. I think it's either infrared or something like that. And then back to dark. As you can see, all you can see is my Xbox controller. And then back to night vision. It's actually...
In the top right corner of the living room, we can see a very strange figure floating up towards the ceiling. This shadow could not possibly come from Marvin, since he's not moving in that way at all. He states that his family firmly believes that this is a shadow figure, and is also responsible for the objects moving around in the house. Do you think this is a true haunting? Let me know your opinions in the comments. The following is another, really odd but also terrifying recording. It was captured by a young man who was out to follow up on a local urban legend. He's very interested in urban exploration and a lover of the creepy side of things. So venturing to this abandoned place seemed like a really good idea to him. People believe that when you call for the spirit, which is said to be home to this area, you might be able to conjure it up. Of course, the man didn't really believe in this, and therefore went ahead. He stood in front of an old mirror and chanted the phrase. Then out of nowhere, this thing appears.
Buat semua penunggu yang ada di sini, tunjukkan eksistensi kalian melalui apapun itu. Tunjukkan bahwa alam kalian ada. Buat semua penunggu yang ada di sini, tunjukkan. Astagfirullahaladzim! Anjing! Sueb anjing! Astagfirullahaladzim, 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 astagfirullahaladzim. Astagfirullahaladzim, astagfirullahaladzim.
Looks like a jinn or a ghost from Malaysian folklore. The man bolted out of there as fast as he could after this. Pretty understandable, don't you think? Whatever jump scared him there gave him probably nightmares for a long time. The next video was forwarded by Flower's Son, and it is said that it was recorded in the home of a young family in Russia. They have been experiencing strange activity lately. Orbs and even strange shadows that move from room to room every so often. This night, the father saw a bright orb out of nowhere and started recording. Whatever this light source was seemed to fly straight into the television, and unfortunately destroying it by doing so. Where could this unexplained light source have come from, in your opinion? If it wasn't just a video project, of course. Is it some form of ball lightning? Curious. The following videos stem from a little apartment in Russia. User Sakir is sure that some poltergeist activity is unfolding in there. He has mounted a security camera in the hallway because he thought that filming the activity and sharing it with the internet might get him some answers of what to do about these things. It happens during the day and night, and the activity seems to be really powerful at this point. Let's hope that he will find a solution for how to deal with what's going on here. Some commentators believe that he might be dealing with a paranormal force here, if it isn't simply fishing lines, of course. This video was recorded by Soy Marshalak, and she's actually the wife of Joshua Alak, which we all know he's the haunted store owner, and they had quite a number of really strange events going on in their home and their shop, if you actually remember. We've taken an in-depth look at them, and today she wants to share a really terrifying encounter that actually took place once again in her home, while she was just setting everything up for Christmas. Now, let's take a look at that.
Que se vea mejor y poder ver.
That was their shadow.
Pues
Beautiful.
ahí está mi arbolito. Y pues así quedó mi arbolito. Ahora pues a prender la luz para les explicar lo de la muñeca. Lo que a mí se me hace sorprendente es que pues la repisa todavía es...
Right, something that has to do with the door, but
Pues así que...
look. This shadow here. What is that? Almost looks like a coat, but it's pretty tall.
Que se vea mejor y poder...
Look at that.
Y poder...
This shadow.
Y poder...
We actually see it here already.
Poder... Que vean... Y pues así quedó mi arbolito.
And there we have it. The following video was uploaded by user Bunnytoes. She states the following. Unknown voice, unknown entity. A couple of years ago, I gave my old iPhone SE to my grandkids. They like to take a bunch of pictures and videos, so I went through it to delete stuff to make sure they have space. I was going through their phone on Christmas Eve 2018 when I came across this video. This video shook me to the core though. After 2 years, this still creeps me out and I still think about this almost every day.
Let's change your butt. You smell like you poopy.
What do you guys think? Could they capture the spirit of their grandma here? Or was something else visiting from another realm? Maybe even a shadow person? The next really unsettling clip has been shared by Sue LCR94 and it appears to feature a creepy looking thing that was positioned behind her husband while he was holding their baby. All of this was documented by their baby monitor, and when Sue realizes what got captured, she decided to share it with her audience.
So my husband's rocking the baby to sleep, and does anyone see this creepy figure on the floor behind them? What is that? It looks like there's like legs and arms and a head. What?
Let's take a closer look at that sighting. What are we working with here? Well, the first thing that pops to mind is just smudge on the lens. But is it really? Other viewers of hers pointed out that it could also be the spirit of a dog, which of course is also likely, if it is paranormal after all. What do you see in that apparition? Is it anything paranormal? Or are we looking at something else here? The next video was recorded by a family who was traveling at 4 AM in the morning. It is suspected that they were on the way home after a family vacation, and while they were passing over a stretch of mountain road, an unexplainable event took place, and of course they could capture it on video. Most of you know that the mind likes to wander if you drive your car at night. You're tired and basically looking forward to arrive home. In that state, we might be prone to attract things from another world. So some people say at least. Now it is uncertain if the person recording had hoped for anything in particular. But it is after a car had passed by on the left side on the road that something else pops up on screen. Is it a hand that moves downwards towards the car window? It surely looks like it. The family didn't realize that they had captured anything strange that night. And maybe it had been a hoax after all. But it makes you wonder what exactly this mysterious thing is. This next video was uploaded by user J Breezy, and the description reads, I started getting cold when it hovered over my head and I saw it by the door and I freaked out after that. Alright, no idea. Apparently this man is a security guard. Let's take a look.
Fucker decided to show itself again. See it?
Okay, so it's not the first time this happened.
See it? It's faint though. I looked at it like, okay, I'm like, okay. So I hesitated, so I just threw something because I didn't know what to do, you know.
I understand.
But that time it came from over my head though, for some reason. I don't know. But I was like, you know what?
I did not see that. Did you guys
See, I'm over there just talking now, like, why is it always me and stuff? Motherfucker decided to show itself again.
Look, yeah, we can see it coming from here. Look, it's coming through here.
See it?
It's interesting, and then it's hovering through, and we can.
It's faint though. I looked at it like, okay.
So it appears that this man saw it with his own eyes at the time, but that is certainly curious. What is that? Now, I don't think it's something on the lens, really, because he would not tell us about it, you know, and he would not say it happened again, so he must have. Did this man come across an actual spirit here? Based on his reactions, I think it could be very likely that they have a ghost roaming this house, or this entry, this complex. The following recording was shared by Random Doge 47, and she tells us, I went to the Hartwood Insane Asylum in the UK and captured something peeking out of the left window and moving away to the left side. The whole building is locked and the lower floor windows are far too high to reach. And even if someone got inside, the whole upper floors are collapsed. So this is impossible. Let's take a look.
Oh my god, I need to go. I get that in video. I've just got that in video.
Now, the girl and her friend are both noticing that there seemed to be somebody standing in the top left window, and I would agree, it certainly looks that way. It is also noticeable how this person or thing just moves towards the left. It would almost look like this thing is floating though, and not taking steps. Could that be so? Are we witnessing a spirit here that maybe was just visiting this old building? Maybe somebody that lost their life there, or was it just a regular person after all? What is your opinion? Very mysterious.